Well, LeBron's all sensitive. He caught up in his feelings. That's really what this comes down to. He doesn't like the fact that the truth gets out about where he stands. He's got a lot of interests. He's got a lot of things to consider. Certainly when I quoted one of his confidants who said that he's so ticked off that he wants to, whip Kyrie Irving's ass. The bottom line is that I didn't mean it literally. It's not like LeBron James is going to compromise his brand by getting into a fist fight with a teammate because the teammate wants to leave town when he left town not once but twice, leaving Cleveland and Miami. It wasn't meant to be taken literally. It was meant to highlight and illuminate how ticked off he truly, truly was. But the reality is that he is ticked off because he believes that his name should not have been a part of the equation. Now, Kyrie Irving has a different agenda. Kyrie Irving and his camp, and I'm not talking about his agent, Jeff Wexler now. I'm talking about people. You got to remember, Kyrie Irving's father is from Mitchell Projects in the Bronx. I'm from Hollis, Queens. I know quite a few people from Mitchell Projects. I was on the phone with them last night who are personal friends of the Kyrie Irving family, who Kyrie Irving and his family members speak to religiously. They would happen to know what's going on. And their mentality is very, very simple. Kyrie Irving is tired of being seen as second fiddle to LeBron. He's tired of deferring. He's tired of finding himself in a situation where everybody has to capitulate and react and acquiesce to the wishes and desires of LeBron James. He views himself as a franchise caliber player, and he's not trying to be that dude that consistently has to defer to an individual he obviously recognizes as the best player in the world, but somebody he believes is constantly leaving everybody hanging because year after year he's wondering whether or not he's going to stay or go, allowing that storyline to circulate and percolate, and thereby leaving other individuals hanging in the eyes of a Kyrie Irving and those close to him. That's what's going on here. That's what's happening. LeBron James is caught up in his feelings because LeBron James is addicted to trying to control a narrative, and he doesn't get to control that. I'm sure you wouldn't let him get to control it if you could help it. I'm sure you certainly wouldn't let him control it, and you damn well know I'm not going to let him control that. He doesn't get to control the narrative on this one. That's the narrative.
So you put the report out the other day. LeBron James takes to Twitter yesterday to allegedly respond. He says, hashtag not facts, people. Boo, get another source. Hashtag enjoying my summer. Hashtag you do the same. And your reaction to this is?
Well, first of all, listen, I'm not going to, when I'm on my radio show, it's my show, and I don't have to share the platform. It's all me. It's a good feeling, too, by the way. But the bottom line is this. I'm not going to get into spewing my credentials. I've been a journalist for over 24 years. I've been covering the NBA for over 20 years. I know what I know. I stand by what I said wholeheartedly, 1,000%, because I know who called me and who said it. I know how close they are to LeBron. I know who LeBron talks to. And LeBron is one of those guys that, again, he wants to control the narrative at any turn. It doesn't make him a villain. It doesn't make him a bad person. He's still the greatest player in the world. He's still an incredible role model and a good person. This is not to cast aspersions on him, but if he has an addiction, it's towards controlling the narrative. And it's interesting that he's trying to do that yet again in this particular case, because it's the kind of thing that annoys Kyrie Irving, whether you're tweeting out emojis and all that other kind of stuff about Kevin Love or what the team needs or making requests and things of that nature. These are the kind of things that have raked the nerves of some of his teammates. Think about when Tristan Thompson got in an argument with him during the game and how fierce and fiery that got. You get to a point where, regardless of his greatness, his unquestionable greatness, it does tend to rub you the wrong way because he seems to have perks and privileges and exercises them at his discretion in ways no superstar has ever had the luxury of being able to do. That's the LeBron James that he's talking about. So if he wants to sit up there and tell people not to listen, let him do that. But I get back from vacation on Monday on First Take. Last time I checked, the ratings here are doing quite well. That means people are watching and people are listening, and I'll be back. And if he thinks that for 1 second that because he tells people not to listen, that they're going to listen to him, not listen to me, boy, is he in for a rude awakening, because no matter what I have to say, it is nothing compared to what's coming once I return from my vacation. From what I'm told, the problem that he had with it, first of all, his camp believes that LeBron James put it out. LeBron James and his camp emphatically and categorically deny such things. So in fairness to them, let's put that out there. But the belief is that you put it out there, you got attitude with me for wanting to leave. What's your problem? It's not like Kyrie Irving is complaining that the story is out there. He's complaining as to how it got out there. Him and his camp are complaining about how it got out there because it comes across as if there's a problem, as if Kyrie's doing something wrong. And I'm here to tell you, Kyrie Irving and his camp, which includes his father, Derek, who's from Mitchell Projects. That's who's from Mitchell Projects, his daddy, along with a slew of friends that he has from that neighborhood to this very day. They're looking at it as, what is your problem? LeBron James is the one that instigated this process. He took his talents to South Beach. Then he said, I'm coming home, and took his talents back to Cleveland, Ohio, 30 minutes from Akron, where he grew up. You are the one that has been bloviating for years about how dudes need to take charge and take control of their own brand. And instead of being controlled by the system and quote unquote demand, exercise some control on your own. There's nothing negative about that. It's admirable. I look at it as admirable. I'm sure you do. A bevy of other individuals look at it as admirable. The players certainly look at it that way. So if Kyrie Irving is doing just that, what is your problem? That's basically the story that the question rather that they're asking. And of course, LeBron James and his camps, their response would be, we don't have a problem with it. Just keep our name out of it. If you want to leave, leave. We don't have a problem with it. But what does that have to do with LeBron? Why is LeBron coming across as a pariah?
I root for Kobe Bryant to come out of the shadows, to come out of the rafters and say, you know who told Kyrie to do this? Me. Kobe, the alpha, because this is kind of a Kobe move. Well, he's not a Kobe type of player, but this is out of that school of thought.
That's one of the things that I've said is that Kyrie looks up to Kobe Bryant. He listens to Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant doesn't speak against LeBron James or any other player, but Kobe Bryant speaks up for himself, and he speaks up on you being all you can be and your true, real self and being unapologetic about it. He's very, very big on that as athletes and as basketball players. So, Kyrie, if you're a scorer, don't try to go out there and all of a sudden become Jason Kidd, you know, or you know, you ain't trying to do that. You are a scorer. Be who you are, and don't take a backseat to anybody, and don't capitulate in that regard. That's the kind of thing that Kobe Bryant will get in your ear and say.